Say what you want about Lexus, but it certainly knows how to design a distinctive looking car. Whether that's distinctively handsome or distinctively weird is a matter of personal opinion. And since you asked, my personal opinion of this new UX Urban Explorer SUV is that it looks rather good. Or at least I think it does. In this CarGurus review, we're going to get under the skin of the UX to see what it's like. But before we begin, here's a quick reminder to subscribe to the CarGurus UK YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you can see when our new videos go live. Of course, the reason the UX has such bold styling is to allow it to stand out from the crowd. But it does this in other ways too. For a crossover that rivals the Volvo XC40 and Audi Q3 in terms of price and positioning, it's not particularly tall. And uniquely in this class, the UX is only available with a petrol-electric hybrid powertrain. The biggest criticism I have of this car is that the boot is comically small. The front-wheel drive versions do get this extra bit of useful storage, which the four-wheel drive versions don't, but even so, a VW Polo's boot is bigger. Things get a bit roomier back here, although the UX is still smaller than many of its rivals. To give you an idea, let's bring up a video of my colleague Chris testing the back seats of the new Audi Q3. And bear in mind, he's 5'11" and I'm 5'6". The other problem, as well as the space, is the flexibility, or rather lack of it. Nothing slides or reclines, and the middle seat is narrow. On the plus side, the ISOFIX points are easy to access, although I'm not sure that as a parent I'd be choosing these white leather seats. Clearly, some of the things we're pointing out don't fall in the UX's favour, but Lexus definitely deserves credit for just not following the herd. It's something that can also be said about the interior up front as well. This thing really is unlike anything else, but what's weird is that supposedly for an SUV, it does feel quite compact in here, and it doesn't have the high-up driving position of many of its rivals. And while your visibility to the front and to the side is good, your view over the shoulder isn't. We do, however, like the contrasting dash materials, and everything feels impeccably well built. This is a Lexus after all. Another sign it's a Lexus is that the infotainment system is incredibly fiddly to control. For example, the shortcut buttons have been scattered about all over the place. But the main issue is it uses this trackpad. It's really hard to use on the move because you've always got to be looking at the screen to see where the cursor is and if it's where you want it to be. Plus, your hand's always getting jiggled about while you're on the move using it. To make matters worse, you can't specify Apple CarPlay or Android Auto either. The drivetrain used in the UX combines a 2-litre petrol engine with an electric motor to give 181 brake horsepower. You don't need to plug it in to charge, you simply get on and drive. It's brisk too, 0 to 62 miles per hour takes just 8.5 seconds, and there's good shove on tap whenever you press the throttle. So joining a motorway from the slip road or switching lanes into faster moving traffic can all be done with ease. As with Toyota's other hybrid models, the UX uses a CVT gearbox, but while the engine revs do soar when you put your foot down, it's far from being unrefined. You can also sort of take control of the gears by yourself by putting the lever into manual mode, which gives steps in the transmission to make it feel like gears. It sort of works, sometimes, but really this car is so much better when you just ease off and enjoy the ultra-smooth nature of the hybrid system when you're driving at normal speeds. Around town it's just effortless, and it's not impossible to admire the way the engine cuts in and out so smoothly. It's brilliantly efficient too. In mixed driving that's included motorways, towns, villages and country roads, we've seen around 50 miles per gallon, which is excellent for a car of this size. What about the driving experience other than the drivetrain though? Well, the UX certainly feels rock solid and utterly stable, and the steering has a reassuring weight to it. On the downside, the ride on these 18-inch wheels is pretty jiggly, particularly as this particular car doesn't have Lexus's adaptive dampers. Overall, the ride and handling is good, but it's not outstanding. It's a funny one, this Lexus UX, because despite its slightly firm ride, it's still a fundamentally relaxing car to drive. You can thank the hybrid system for that, which in this 2-litre configuration means that it's not only powerful, but it's super smooth too, unless you're really pushing it. Along with the fact it looks completely different to its rivals, is this refined character and low running costs that form the basis of the UX's appeal, not to mention what will almost certainly be bulletproof reliability. Whether that's enough for owners to overlook its fiddly infotainment system and poor packaging compared with its rivals, not to mention Lexus's larger NX hybrid, only time will tell. Let us know what you think about the UX in the comments section below. And remember, when it comes to finding your next car, you can easily find great deals from top-rated dealers at cargurus.co.uk.